G'day all, I'm Sharpie101 and welcome to my testing world. This is on Pertam planet for the higher gravity, the lower atmosphere, etc, etc. But I've been currently working on a new drone type with these new guns, turrets, whatever you want to call them. But I'm having a couple of troubles for the fact that they don't have a large conveyor on the bottom of them. But in saying that, as you may have noticed, I figured that out the hard way, set it all up, got it all working, and then realized, oh crap, they're not getting any ammo, dismantled everything, and realized a small port doesn't work on the connector. Anyways, I then tried to maybe space it out with like a conveyor and things like that. That will be my next idea, but along the way, I kind of stumbled across something quite interesting, I do have to say, and I'll show you exactly what I mean, as this is literally a drone mine drone, as you may have noticed in the thumbnail, title, etc, etc. But what this will do is that once I disconnect it and trigger that right timer block in the middle there somewhere, to disconnect it will drop, and then it should use this remote block here to then fly down to a set GPS mark just down there. If I press the right button, it'll be good. There it is just down here, the mine drone test, you may or may not see. But in the process of trying to get to it, it does something really quite interesting, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'll start that and lock onto this drone mine, whatever you want to call it. Comes down to a complete stop practically. The parachute will get rid of itself once it stops moving completely. Takes a little bit, and if you see in the bottom left hand side of your screen, here we go, it starts to drop. It'll get to about say 0.9 and then it just drops really quickly. So it does not take very long. I have a timer block, as you see in the top just here. Let me get rid of all these GPSs. Time down to about 60 seconds to hopefully get it to stop. As you see, it's now stationary. This one should now trigger. I may even just trigger it now in case I set it to a different time. So let's just trigger that. Thank you very much. That new build menu, build vision 3.0 is kind of strange. You can change it to the default if you go into, what was it, enter and then F1. Yeah, go into your build vision and then you can change it to legacy mode, so the old school one, which it's still kind of annoying because you got to wait half a second for it to do it. But as you noticed, it is not flying down to that GPS. Distractions, Sharpie, distractions. It's not flying down to the GPS set near those two drones right there. Because it doesn't have the two side thrusters, it will then, as you notice, just circle that GPS. So imagine placing a high GPS way above an outer turret fire of an enemy just over there of some sort, like way above it. Send these off to about, I don't know, this height above the enemy tower itself, and it will just encircle that GPS around the enemy itself. So that's what I'm somewhat working on so far, and what I somewhat came across by accident. This does have quite a lot of battery charge on it as well, like nearly an hour, and I don't think it was fully charged when it was dropped. I think it was only about 80 or 90% on the battery. So that's what I've been working on so far, and distractions, of course, get to me like no tomorrow. Creating, designing, stumbling across things that Keen may not know about is what I thrive to do on this channel. So drones as well, obviously. Drones, automation, everything like that. If you want to see more, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts down below on what you think of the possibilities on this one. And stay sharp till next time, as my survival episode is in the making. I've got a new grinder pit, which I'll just unlock to here, as I always do after my sign-offs. There's always a little bit at the end. And in the description, I always put like creator notes and things like that. But while I'm in this world, I might as well show you very quickly. Came across quite a few different designs for a grinder pit, as you may notice. Let's get rid of all that crap off the HUD. And the main reason was when the mines come down from that mine collector drone, it was either going or sliding too fast down the ramp, or not sliding at all to go into my massive creation, which I'll explain in my survival world, as it's completely set up in there with the sensors and all for it to work. as I came across something like this, and this is a smaller version 1.0 of what you'll see in my survival world. And what I mean by that is, instead of it sliding down to meet the grinder pit I have down here, which I made and designed specifically to guarantee every single part is ground down and there are no bits down here, like, turn my light on, like a small grid battery or something that's half ground down stuck in between the collectors, or something stupid, as I've come across that quite annoyingly so. So the mines should come over, push down to here, and they'll get grinded down the turrets. Then all the smaller bits will fall down to then get grinded up by all of this, which have been working rather well. I'll explain a lot more in detail in my survival series. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, funny enough, this was the one with the hinge, yep, until I realized that the grinders only like grinding down separate grids. So if you've got a grinder, as you can see, one facing towards the collector, it will not grind it down. It only grinds down separate grids. Unbeknownst to me, hinge part is a separate grid. So when I closed this lid, it actually ground down a line of blocks and cut my lid off. So that was a really fun blooper I might include at the end of the survival or something. So yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. I am thriving to bring out a lot more content, but as always, my shyness behind the camera is stopping me from recording most of the time, as I really enjoy the editing side of things and the design side. Plus I don't like welding crap up all the time, worrying about resources. I just like building, designing, creating drones, automation, all in vanilla, no mods, no DLCs, no scripts. Yeah, if you like what you see, as I said, comment what your thoughts in the description below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. And yeah, this was my old Minefield drone until collector drone before I put the collector on the top of it. Distractions. Alright, till next time, stay sharp.